Hi, it's Olivia, and today I have a tag video, which I've not done a tag in so long, so hooray. But it's the book recommendations tag, and it is created by ZarriahRose, whose channel I'll have linked in the description, and I was tagged by Sapphire, who just hit 10,000 subscribers, by the way, congratulations. And I'll also link her channel in the description. But I like this tag because it's short and sweet, there's only 4 questions, and yeah, I'll get to talk about some books that I really enjoy. The first question is to recommend the best book that you've read in the past month. So this is going to be the book that I was raving about in my last wrap-up, which is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. This is an adult contemporary fiction, I think that's how I describe it, and we have this family who lives in the suburbs who has this other family who comes into their town, and their lives just like intertwine in just such an interesting and compelling way. It's so hard to describe why I love this book. I considered making a separate review, like a 2-minute book review for this, and I just can't, I'm not good at explaining why I like this book. But I will say, I just watched the review that that was put on ThePoptimist channel. Oh my gosh, you have to look at his channel. His channel is awesome. I love his videos, and his review for this book was excellent. The thing about this book is, while I've seen so many people talk highly about it, I don't know if maybe it's a hit or miss kind of book, because it is. Maybe it's not for everyone's cup of tea, because I was watching another video, like right after ThePoptimist's review, I watched another video of someone who said it was their worst book of 2017. So, I don't know. I would recommend it. I adored this book. Number 2 is to recommend an old favorite, and oh my gosh, this will come as literally zero surprise to anyone who's watched my channel for a long time. I really do wonder how many times I've mentioned this book since I started my channel. I really do. It's so underrated. It doesn't get talked about enough. And so here it is again. Unwind by Neil Shusterman. This is just my type of book. It is thought-provoking, action-packed, and compelling, and there's just everything about it. I love it. I love this book. The third question is to recommend a nonfiction. I'm currently listening to a nonfiction. I like to listen to audiobooks that are nonfiction. They're just easy. I don't know if I can do audiobooks of like full-length fantasies. I don't think I can do it, because when I read a fantasy book, I'm constantly looking back at the past pages for names and places and stuff. But anyway, on to the point. I think that Born a Crime by Trevor Noah is so good, and also the audiobook. I've been listening to more audiobooks the past few months, and it still remains my favorite. It's so well done and fascinating. It was really interesting to learn about his life growing up. As soon as I finished it, I sent the link, like the Audible link, to my sister, because it was just a book that I recommend. It's a nonfiction book that I recommend to people. Perfect for this tag. The fourth question is to recommend a book that will help people escape, and for this I have a few books I'm going to mention. For me, when I'm escaping into books, that's when I'm just like completely like obsessed with the book, and anything else going on in my life, it's a nice reprieve to just come to them and dive in. It's just really fun. First, I mentioned, because I'm currently doing this, like the past week or two, I've been going through the Saga graphic novels, and because they're so quick, but they're so much fun, and the art, I can't get over like all the different types of species and stuff in this book, and everything about these. I can't get over it, and it's so nice to just pick one up and just read through it. I've been doing that the past, like I take it to school, just read a few pages, like I love that. I love these. Next ones I want to mention were the Lunar Chronicles, and Cress is my favorite of the 4 by far. This is just like my favorite. This is so good for the whole series, but it's just a really fun world and I thought I was kind of over like fairy tale retellings, and these are straight, like they're all about fairy tale retellings, yet somehow they sucked me in and I loved it. The last thing I want to mention, this may seem random at first, but bear with me. I love math and science, and I especially love doing math problems and like chemistry problems, or solving for X and like, you know, basic algebra, even up to like trigonometry. But then you get to calculus, and my brain just really doesn't like calculus. I had this one calculus class, and the professor was so bad. I feel bad saying that, but he was an awful professor, especially for a subject that I needed extra help in. And so one day I pulled out my phone. I was in class. I was like, okay, I couldn't. But I pulled out my phone, and I had a free copy of Lux on my phone. Is it Lux? I don't know. The Lux series was free at some point on the ebooks, and I got them, and I just started reading them. I couldn't stop reading those. They are such cliche and overused tropes. They're just guilty pleasure reads. Good escape. So that's the end of the tag. Let me know any of your thoughts on the books I've mentioned. Feel free to recommend me some books, whatever it is, and I will see you in another video. Bye.